Hey, how's everybody doing? Is everybody doing good? I was going to do a different video tonight about food, another recipe I wanted to cook, but I couldn't find one of the ingredients I needed. I had everything else, but so today right now I'm gonna do something different and something simple. It's kind of, I don't know, something I've made up, and I've been cooking for a while in the restaurants and the kitchen I work at, more so for myself than for the customers. Some people ask, "Oh, is it like beef stroganoff?" It's not beef stroganoff. I like stroganoff. I like stroganoff, but this isn't exactly what that is. It's, I guess you could say, it's a play on it, but it's just something I just kind of made up. Anyway, I got a few things right here. Put the lid back on pasta water because it is a pasta dish, and I guess we'll crack a beer. Oops, almost dropped a beer. And let's start cooking. Alright. So I will just start off by sharpening my knife. This is going to be a fairly quick video because it's not a complicated dish to make, and it's just placing the video. I was in the mood to do a cooking video tonight, so this is just sort of replacing that. I'll probably, hopefully, do the video tomorrow, and then Saturday, I don't know what date it is when you watch this, or even how many people are going to watch this, but whoever watches it, I don't know what day it is in your world, but right now for me it's Wednesday. So I'm going to do a video tomorrow, hopefully, if I can find the ingredient I was looking for. And if anyone did watch the last video I posted, not a cooking video, it was actually a movie video where I did kind of discuss briefly about not being able to find what I was looking for. But not that that's really important at the moment, but I will hopefully be doing that dish tomorrow, and then doing another on Saturday. I plan on doing some bacon wrapped sirloins. So we'll see how that goes, but right now I'm going to focus on seeing how this goes. And basically what it is, it's just, I just got a rib eye steak, but it's not what I don't even know what I was about to say. Anyway, no, it's these are thin cuts rib eyes, and I am going to do something horrible that people like. You're going to do that with steak. I'm going to julienne it, and then I'm going to cook it. I'm going to saute it up with some vegetables and some other things. And it's a super easy thing to make, and I actually really enjoy how it tastes. So if you don't like the idea of me chopping up a steak, well, suck it up, buttercup, because it's going to happen. Anyway, let me get started on that. Let me chop up my other veggies. I got an onion here. My garbage over here. And my scissors to open up my steak. Yes, the steak was frozen, but I don't live in a restaurant. I work in one. So when I cook at home, well, I cook human. My steaks are frozen, my chicken is frozen, and that's good enough for me. So, get my pan ready too. This one should do. Get this cranked back up. I'm going to use some, probably, what do I got, some fusilli? Yeah, I got some fusilli, gluten-free, because Tracy can't have gluten, so I've been growing accustomed to gluten-free pasta, which, to be honest, isn't really that much different when you're just eating at home. But when it comes to bread and other things like that, yes, I want the gluten. I like to eat it. Insert my bag. And to my friend who did lend me, or did provide me some of the ingredients I was needing for today's dish, thank you. You know who you are, but sadly I could not find the one other crucial thing I needed. And where am I going? Garbage is over here. So put the steak off to the side. Get my pan on. Lower that down. I'm not going to put the pasta in quite yet. So let's cut up some onions. Yeah, All right. There. Little slice. So I think this is the camera angle I'm going to be going with for the most part in my upcoming videos. I used it in the last one. And my Aunt Patty, who watched the video, hi, and she actually really liked it because she could see everything that I was doing. So, and I like it because, well, you can see everything that I'm doing. A little bit of oil. Usually at work, I don't know why I can't do it with this one. I can catch it and spin it, but I don't know. Maybe I'm out of practice because of COVID. I haven't been at work as much, but whatevs. Anyway, so I got that, and I'm gonna this pepper. Actually, what I need before that is some garlic, and I have some garlic here. Where did I put it? There it is. Garlic in storage. This is actually garlic that Tracy grew in her garden, and most of it's kept pretty well. Some of it didn't, but pull some of that off. Oh, excuse me. Have a couple pieces there. Is that? All right. So turn it down a little bit more, and pop open the garlic. Skin off. All right. Do some censored NWA for you. Easily I'm approaching. There ain't no joking. When the open, ready to until my the mother, the devil's son-in-law, Peter, the eater. All right. That's enough of that because I can see how that would get annoying, especially if you don't know the song. If you know the song, it's probably funny as fuck, but you don't. So, and for those who do, that one's fun. Alright, so, one more piece here. Skin off. We're rolling for time. 7 minutes, that's not too bad. I'm going to get the pasta in the water in a second. So far, I've had 2 people that made fun of me for not being able to find my tongs. But I didn't pull them out, but I know where they are today. And one of them is my buddy Ron, who's a chef I work with, and my mother-in-law, Lorraine, who's teasing my wife, saying, "Buy him some tongs. He can't find his tongs," which I thought was really funny. Anyway, all right, let's get this garlic in the pan. We got some heat going. The best way for the garlic, don't chop it up. Most professional chefs would do it this way anyway, but for people at home, just give it a crush. Gets all the juices out, which is what you want, and then just, if you're making like a big batch of something like tomato sauce, you'd probably just throw it in as it is, but that's not what this is, so I'm going to throw this right in the heat. Well, this could have been a little bit hotter. I'm going to give this a rinse. Now, this garlic is very sticky. Oh, at least the juice is. And this juice is good. So, let's give that a shake. Get the fragrance coming up, so when that smell starts coming up and you can really smell it, then you know. I like this angle too. You can see I'm not as fat as I look in the other videos. I am chubby, but the other videos I'm like this and everything. I couldn't figure out why, but it was the angle. Right? Anyway, let's get these onions in here. Got a little sizzle on the onions. Add a shake. steak. I know I got some beef stock up here, which I'm going to use in a minute. Somewhere up here. Somewhere up in the cupboards. I got chicken. I got chicken. I know there's a beef in here. I saw it. There it is. I found the beef. Where's the beef? It's right here. Remember the Where's the Beef lady? Well, some of you do. Some of you are like, I don't know, I'm not old. Okay, give that a toss. A little stir. Rub my eye because it's freaking itchy. Give my hand a rinse because I rubbed my eye. This pepper chop. The white part out. You don't have to. I just don't. I just think it's ugly. And if you're working in a professional kitchen, you cut that out anyway because, well, it's ugly. Unless you're cooking it with a bunch of stuff. If you're making like salsa or something, you'd leave it in because you're not going to see it. But for salads and stuff, you'd cut it out. Cut it out! All right. Anyway. Like I said, this is very simple. This is like pretty much nothing. This is a home cooking. This is not anything fancy. A little bit of a toss. Alright, let me get my steak. Now, normally you want to cut across the grain so it makes it easier to eat. Cook with the grain and it's like stringy and harder, but cook across the grain, it's gonna break up in your mouth when you're eating it, so it's gonna be a lot more enjoyable. Okay, so cut in half, and then across the grain, and julienne this bad boy up. Some more heat on it. Now you could put the meat in earlier. It depends on how well you like it done. I know some people like their meat really well done, but if you're going to do that, don't bother with the meat. Just take an old belt, cut it up into pieces, and throw it into the pot because that's essentially what you're eating. I don't know how you can eat a well done steak, but this is, by the end of it, it's going to be kind of well done anyway, but it's not going to be leathery. Just by the time I finish adding everything. And that's kind of what we're looking at now. So, put some colors in there. The garlic is, I'm not even going to put a lot of herbs, I'm not even going to put any herbs in this, just the garlic and some salt and pepper. And a little pinch of crushed chilies, but that's just the taste thing. But only a tiny bit. I like it, when I make this dish, I like it spicy, but half of this is going to be for Tracy. Get some more water in here. And she doesn't like spice, so I'm going to keep it mildly spiced. Which I think is a fair compromise. A little bit more salt in my water. Crank that bad boy right up to maximum. Oops, pop you on there. Let's get that heated. Some of the mushrooms. Oops. Right there. Let's see. Nope, because I dropped it on the floor. And I guess I didn't drop it on the floor. It's right here. Okay. Right there. Let's see. Haha, I did it. Give that a shake. little bit better. Let it reduce down a bit. Throw this in the recycling. I have a drink of beer because I'm waiting for my noodles, or wait for my water for the noodles. I'll probably pause this for a second, only because it's going to take time for the noodles to cook, because I should have put them in earlier, but I reduced my pasta water too much, so I'll just stare at you for a few minutes and drink my beer. You're weird. Okay, anyway, just a little toss. And a little red wine. Just a bit. Pasta ready. It's starting to get a bit of a boil there. And some salt. And some pepper. Alright, have that there, have that there. Yeah, we're boiling. Should be enough yet. Put that in there. Break down your boxes. I hate when I at work or anywhere, people don't break down their boxes, especially when they're this freaking big. All right. Okay, let me just pause this for just a second. All right, so I'm back. I'm back and I got a kitty cat. That was dumb. But that was actually, I had that song stuck in my head. It's a Sir Mix-a-Lot song, with different lyrics of course, called I Checks My Bank. I'm gonna wash my hands now. I'm back and I got a bigger cat. But the cat came over and I was just like, this could be funny, or I could just look like an idiot. Which would still be funny, but for different reasons. And I'm okay with that, as long as you're entertained. Anyway, the noodles are still a little bit al dente, but they'll be softened up soon enough. Bring it back in here. It's going to start chirping like a kettle. But anyway, let's heat this back up. Anyway, that's how it's looking now. Still tasty looking. Pull that off. So I'm going to add a bit of beef stock. Actually, let me heat that up. Some more heat on there. Seen any good movies lately? Good. I haven't watched the Book of Fett, or whatever it's called. I can't remember. I'm going to wait till, just like Mandalorian, I'm going to wait for the whole season to finish and then download it all and just watch it all in one go, because I hate watching shows week to week. So I'm just killing time until this pasta cooks and this pan gets hot. I'm sure it's going to be good. I'm getting mixed opinions from other people about it, but they also said Mandalorian was and I thought it was really good, so who knows. Alright, I haven't even used these yet. I'm going to use them now. Check my noodles. Now it's there. Add my stock. Just a bit. That over there. My almond milk. Let's get that, crank that up just a bit, heat it up faster. Get my strainer ready. put these away while I'm waiting, since I don't need them. Doesn't fit. Here's a little bit of trivia. Some people know this, some people don't, but that's actually not for storage. It's for when you're cooking some food, you put it under there to keep it warm while you're cooking the rest of the meal, if you're making like a big meal kind of thing. That is the actual intent of that. That's alright. A little bit of almond milk, make it creamy. And normally, if I'm cooking, I would add like the crushed chilies earlier to infuse with like the liquid and stuff. But when I make this, a lot of times I'll throw it in after, which is what I'm going to do now. If I can find them in my drawer here, my herb drawer. There. Crushed chilies. Oh, and you know what? I got my crushed chilies, or crushed red pepper, which is crushed chilies. But sadly, I'm out, so I guess I'll be buying some of those soon. There could be a bag buried somewhere in there, and I don't feel like digging around for it. Somehow I think I'm out. But turn this back up. Grab a pinch of Parmesan cheese. And put this back. Pop this in the fridge. And I'll be using that on Saturday with the sirloins probably, or sorry, the sirloins, the bacon wrapped. So, stir. I think I added a little too much liquid to it, but that's okay, it'll reduce. And I'm just cooking at home. So, let's see how my noodles are doing. My fusillis. There we go. Straighten these. Still a little al dente, which is kind of the way I want it. Just a little stir and a shake. And a little more liquid. When I'm making it work, I usually add maybe like gravy instead of like beef base, or I will add maybe like demi-glaze or whatever I might have, depending on the restaurant I'm in. That's might be what I would use, but I wasn't going to go in that much detail. I could add a little bit of cornstarch to thicken up, but I'm just going to let it reduce a little bit. Add some Parmesan cheese, stir it up, and it's going to be delicious because I make this a lot and it's always good. Drop the heat a bit. A little shake. But yeah, it is definitely, you know what, I am going to add a bit of cornstarch. Just a pinch, just to thicken it up a bit. I'm using a lot of cornstarch lately at home, which I don't generally do. But, oh well. And my trick I've shown in a few of my other videos, tapping the stuff into the lid, just so you don't just go and knock a bunch of it in there and screw up the whole meal. So, add a little bit of a, there. Let it stir so it doesn't clump up. A lot of time when people use cornstarch, they'll stir it in with water first and put it in, which for certain things, yeah, it makes sense, and I do that too. But for the little amount I'm using in these pans, it's really not necessary. So I will stir. Yeah, there's my garlic on there. So maybe a tiny bit more. Just a tiny bit more. go. That's how it's looking now, kind of almost like a stew. Check out that Steve, is that awesome? It's like a special effect. Ooh. So, drop that a bit. Add my fusilli. This video's taking a little longer than I thought. Toss. There, that's looking good. Put it away. Drink the beer. Parmesan. Save some of this for the dish I want to make tomorrow. So I won't use it all. Definitely have. Probably got more than plenty for tomorrow. The ingredient I needed, I think I mentioned it in this video. I know I mentioned it in the other video I did earlier, but yeah, it's anchovies, and this is Parmesan cheese. What I need for tomorrow. It's not Caesar salad. All right, so let me toss this up. See, just simple stuff that, you know, it's shit your mom makes, basically. Grab a bowl. See how this is going to taste. Fork. It's hot. Maybe a pinch more salt would have been good, but aside from that, it's came out great. And super basic, easy dish that anyone can make. So this pan, ta-da! Anyway, that's gonna be it for today, for this video, and it's home cooking or cooking at home with Jack Ackman, whatever I decided to call this circle of videos. Whoops! Ooh, look at me! I'm everywhere. But anyway, yeah. Like I always say, don't be afraid to experiment. Don't be afraid to just throw shit in the pan and see how it comes out. Cat's doing weird shit, and chances are it's probably going to be better than you expect. It's going to be good, and that's kind of what cooking's all about, because you don't want to eat the same thing every day. Anyway, again, cooking at home with Jack Ackman, and I will see you all in the next one. Good night.